16.
This is unbelievable.
Weazel. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey, hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got a foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. How is everyone doing? My name is Sky Davis. Next to me is Tiffany Tulips and Dazzling. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Awesome tonight.
Can't complain.
That is awesome. Glad to hear it. I am excited to be back again to report the happenings in the city to all of our lovely viewers. Who would like to start us off?
I guess I started off. Previous night we was hanging out up in the countryside up around Sandy Shores, Harmony. The whole Grapeseed area all around the Alamo Sea and such. There were numerous explosions, helicopters crashing, airplanes overrunning the runways, some homemade bombs went off, killing subjects, just your typical night at Sandy Shores. But we did have a helicopter that crashed up in Sandy Shores out near Flywheels. Not sure of the postal, but I believe it was off of Nowhere Road. Apparently it was possibly a prison helicopter potentially looking for an escaped inmate, or maybe even looking for someone who was trying to fly drones into the prison system and to drop off contraband into our prison system. But apparently the helicopter that was flying over Sandy Shores area suffered some kind of a mechanical malfunction and unfortunately crashed into the Sonora Desert. Luckily, but unluckily at the same time, the pilot was declared deceased on the scene, but the pilot was the only victim of that location, that scene. The Sonora Desert is used by lots and lots of hikers and campers out there. So luckily and unfortunately, the pilot of the helicopter was the only victim of that scene.
Wow, I mean, it's sad that that person's life was taken, but like you said, they are lucky in such a high camping and visible area. And I mean, people go mountain biking and a whole bunch of different things, especially as we get into summer here, everybody's out. So although it is sad, we're glad that it was limited to one life taken.
That's right. Unfortunately, one life was taken, but fortunately, it was only one life that was lost in that scene.
Absolutely, absolutely. What did you witness over the week, Tiffany?
Well, I know there was a lot of fires up in the Sandy area yesterday evening. I believe there was a fire at the Yellow Jack, and I believe the cause of the fire they determined was arson. And supposedly they did release the name of the individual. I believe that individual goes by Pineapple Bob, and I believe that individual admitted later on in the evening to setting the fire at the Yellow Jack.
Wow, I mean, so many things are wrong in that situation. One, that it was a fire, arson is never good, but also a talking pineapple named Bob.
I mean, even the fire department was like, is it a he? Is it a she? Is it an it? Like, how does that pineapple identify?
Apparently he identified himself to the sheriff's department as an it, but he goes by a he. So I don't really,
I don't quite understand it myself, but
yeah,
I'm not law enforcement, so.
Yes, that's a thousand questions, 1,000 questions, 1,001 questions.
Yeah,
that, like
yeah,
you said.
and apparently he had mixed a bunch of pineapple juices in the deputy Matthews car. So I feel bad for the next person who got arrested in that car.
Pineapple juices, legitimate pineapple juices, or his own special blend?
I am not sure. They just said pineapple juices, but they didn't say it smelled like pineapple, so I'm not really sure. But I'm not sure I want to know either.
I definitely don't want to know.
It might be a question that's better left unanswered.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. And I know we also had a situation where a gentleman, I guess, got bit out in the Sandy area or Harmony area by a scorpion. He was trying to eat them and got bit by them.
Wait. You said eat the scorpion.
He was apparently he ate or tried to eat 3 scorpion and got bit by them.
Oh.
And he didn't cook them or anything. He was just trying to eat a live scorpion.
Yeah, sounds like some of those sandy rednecks out there.
Sandy rednecks. It sounds like one of those like survival shows where they don't have anything else that they can eat, but yet there was a 24/7 like 2 miles away.
What's that old Puke Factor TV shows? Over there on
Yeah.
competitor stations and such.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not eating the scorpion. Even if it was like the last thing that I can eat, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, I
not.
would probably go to the convenience store and get me a donut myself.
Yeah, donuts are definitely more edible. Let's see. I know earlier in the week, I'm trying to think of what we accomplished earlier in the week. I know we were out at Vespucci Beach a few days ago, and there was quite the amount of foot traffic out there. I know a few people got a DUI. Did you hear that one of the officers pulled over another officer?
I did not hear that.
Me either.
So apparently, Lieutenant O'Connor pulled over Lieutenant Sharp for driving 45 miles an hour around a corner onto the pier because she was running late for work.
Oh boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
We got some explaining to do.
Exactly. I mean, Commissioner gave her, didn't write her up or anything, though. Just said don't do it again. So I guess she got lucky. But if you're running late to work, don't speed, ladies and gentlemen, because if the LEO aren't safe, you definitely aren't safe.
Yeah, especially the LEO. Someone can be a bit of a hard ass, They don't play around very kindly speeding in their city or on their highways.
No, they do not.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, luckily that, nobody got a ticket there. But somebody did fall off of the top of the roller coaster that night. I don't know if they were trying to unhook themselves while it was going, or whether they went up there themselves. But, a bunch of citizens witnessed this man fall, and then they had to call over EMS and the law enforcement to kind of check things out. I don't know if they ever ruled it as a suicidal attempt or not, or whether he just fell off of it. But somebody did end up falling off of the top of the roller coaster, which is never good for, you know, the opening season of the roller coaster. Not a good look for them.
Oh, that carnival area over there, the entertainment zone at the pier, it's been plagued with some accidents the last couple of years, and I understood it was under new management, and supposedly new management was trying to reverse the negative images that we was getting out there. Hopefully this is just that one-off kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you do hope. Yeah, for sure. And I know there were a few other medical calls that took place that evening, including one, I believe that there was a big yacht fire out at one of the billionaires' yachts off of the coast, and they had to get boats, and they had a helicopter that they actually landed on the yacht once it was not on fire anymore to transport the multiple people who were on there and injured.
And can you believe it? This actually was billionaire on it. It was someone had rented the yacht for the weekend.
Wow.
And they apparently had spilled some alcohol into the control panel on the boat.
Oh,
and
Lord.
Wires shorted out. And, one thing leads to another thing, and fires burst out on water. You would think fire and water, would mix differently, but fire and water in this case was just like just completely the wrong thing in this instance.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
apparently, the person who rented the boat,
yeah.
failed to get the renter's insurance.
Oh,
no.
Lord.
Yeah. So we know what that means in Los Santos.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's going to be somebody's drug mule while they get their money back out of them.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hefty bill.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. And I did hear that there were people, like we said, who were, drunk out there. A few people had to be taken in the boat. One person got swam in. I believe one person may or may not have gotten a life flight. But they had a lot of different units out there to help, including one of the new boats that the lifeguard, fire department, Coast Guard have out there. One of their big new ships that they have, which looks pretty cool, and it was nice to see that on the water.
That's right. It's their newest fireboat. They've just purchased it and has yet to undergo the paint jobs that normally all the SAFE and lifeguard units receive within the city and surrounding areas. So it was actually had just been delivered earlier that morning, and it had just completed some training with it. So, they did the best they could with what they had at the time. I think they did a pretty good job on it.
That is awesome. We really look forward to seeing what else the boat can do in the future.
Oh, most definitely.
I know that same evening, there was I guess there was a 911 hang-up that occurred in that area, and upon investigation, law enforcement did find one person on scene, and it is still an ongoing investigation. They are looking into it. They did have a deceased body confirmed by bullet wounds and stabbings, and the name of the victim was one Devin Lakeland, and he had been wanted in a few different aggravated assault cases, and he had a BOLO, a be on the lookout for him for those two situations, and I guess we can now say that definitely found him, but we are they are still looking to kind of, chase that lead and see whether the person who was either, the original victim from the aggravated assault was the suspect here or another person. So if you do know any of the information from that, let law enforcement know as they are currently tracking the case.
That's right. All information we can help get to our law enforcement is awesome to help out with, closing these cases, closing these cold cases and such.
Absolutely.
Yes. I I just lost my train of thought.
Choo choo.
Choo choo. Let's see. What is everybody listening to?
I've been listening to the record player. Yes, I said record player. The new 32 and 78 RPM records, vinyl records have made a return lately, and there's been some pretty good music on there with all the snaps, crackles, and pops. This is not a breakfast cereal commercial, but yeah, the 32 and 78 RPM records have been making a big comeback lately. So I've been listening to a little bit of those. They've got all these new artists now on the vinyl records, believe it or not.
That is awesome. I've been listening to a bunch of country artists, myself, a lot of different cover music. What about you, Tiffany?
Been listening to a lot of rock music lately. I've been getting into some of that rock and hip hop kind of music lately.
That's awesome. I love hearing the different combinations of artists and kind of having a bunch of alternative music to listen to. Definitely a nice way to spice up the summer here.
Heck yeah.
And I heard
a cold beer in the hand and music in the background.
Yeah, I heard. Speaking of cold beer, I heard there was quite a nice turnout at an event on Friday.
That's what we understand. We understand the parking lot was packed to the brim, and they was having an overflow to adjacent parking lots out there.
That's awesome. I heard they had a lot of different cars.
Yeah, I heard a lot of different cars, a lot of good food, and two motorcycle clubs, meeting eye to eye. That, can be a little bit intimidating, you'd think, when you have two clubs, meeting face to face, but it seemed to go really well and they got along pretty well, so can't beat that.
That is awesome. Yeah, definitely. And I heard that they had some go-kart and some go-kart events that happened last night and or not last night, the other night, and I heard that a bunch of I heard a few people won, and it was just an overall, like you said, good time by all. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what we haven't covered yet. Has anybody been going to any anybody going to any new businesses? I can't speak English.
Tonight's guys English night. That's tomorrow.
Is anybody going to anybody?
Anybody going to anybody?
Hot mess Sundays.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy. I said I went to the bike shop in Toledo. I drove by about a week or two, and they had a lot of nice bikes out front. And I believe that new bike shop up there. Well, we say new. I don't get to Toledo very often, but that bike shop up there, they say does some pretty good work on bikes, some full customizations, maintenance, and all that. So I think about getting me one of those scooters and stopping in there and see if they'll work on my scooter for me.
Yeah.
When you say scooter, you don't mean like a granny swag scooter, do you?
Oh no, I mean that Fazio, the Fazio.
Oh, okay,
scooters.
I just wanted to make sure because you know how Granny Swag takes her scooter over to that shop all the time, so I just had to make sure.
That's right. I hear she's training for men in uniform, so I'll
I
make sure not to wear my uniform.
I heard that she was checking out Chief McGroin's pants last night.
The tight pants.
Yeah, tight pants. She referred to it as tight pants. Yep.
TP McGroin. Tight pants McGroin. I believe he may have a new nickname now.
Well, and then they did give a Alphonse Jackson a new nickname of Tiny Foot because he has a bunch of he has two tiny feet. He has a bunch.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
Why did I say
special
yeah?
order his shoes,
Yeah.
and tights and tots.
Why
I
did I?
heard he goes to the same place as Dwayne Erskine.
I wonder. Also, why did I say he has a bunch of feet? Oh Lord.
No, there's.
I don't know. I'm losing it. Jesus, take the wheel. And circling back, I know that you had mentioned at the I don't know what made me think of it, but I'm glad it did make me think of it. There was a robbery, or a robbery at the beach the other night. One of the officers, actually, Captain Rico's girlfriend, Allison French, got her car. They're not sure whether it got shot at or its windows were just busted out by a hard object, but they heard some shots in the area, and upon Hernandez and a few other units' arrivals, they found Allison French, whose car had been broken into, and her necklace, her jewelry, and her ID was gone. So they're wondering what kind of, the situation is with that. And, of course, Captain Rico was concerned because he heard that over the radio. But luckily there was no harm to, her, Allison French. And, luckily everybody, everything was okay there aside from her ID missing. So if anybody, sees that ID, one of Allison French, let authorities know, as that is currently a missing. And it makes you wonder, I mean, were they trying to do identity theft? Were they just trying to steal, whatever they could find? I mean, because it's kind of odd that they stole, they stole her credit card, so I guess they were trying to get that and the ID was with it? I'm not really sure.
Right, well, her ID has her address on it, so I hope she remembered to change her locks and keys and all that, because I know she can be there by herself those long hours at night while the captain is off at work, and I hate for someone to come in on her place of residence while she was asleep. So I hope she make sure she changes her locks and things.
Yeah, I mean, nothing else of the suspicion, had taken place, I don't believe. But, I mean, this is not the first ID to go missing. I know a few months ago, and she is still missing. We had the finding of the ID finding of Vic Porter, and Vic Porter is still missing. So there are these cases that need to be finished and filed, and kind of figure out what's going on with it. So a lot that law enforcement still has to do.
Oh yes, we know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But let's see. I know that we have had a few new community members, and we always say welcome to them. And I know that. Actually, I don't know what I know, because I was going to say something, and now I don't know what I was going to say.
If you know, if you don't know, you don't know.
Right. I do know that the weather will be nice this week in Los Santos. We'll get some bright skies pretty much all week. Maybe some showers throughout the night tonight, but it should brighten back up. And it should be a great week. A good week for jet skiing and boating and all the fun things. And hopefully there are less. Yep, hot air balloons. Which hopefully we don't have any. We've been good. I know the first month or two that we had that. We had a few guess crashes from hot air balloons, but I think they're finally figuring out how to drive them. So hopefully that doesn't happen as much.
Hopefully not. I hope they install them steering wheels so they can drive them properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Definitely. And I know definitely people wanna, I know people definitely want to get some skydiving in. I know we haven't had a lot of action there, but that is always something that is fun to do out above the Sandy Shores area, and have some fun with that. We look forward to that. Next event where that can take place. The hiking in the hills has been good. I know a lot of people are doing some summer hunting. Just make sure you have carry a permit if you're going to do that. And obviously watch, your surroundings to make sure you and others aren't harming each other. But let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to cover here.
I think that much wraps up the actual news for
Yeah.
last week, other than our schedule change coming up.
Yeah, would you like to highlight a little bit of that?
Certainly, Jessica, I'll take this one away. So this will be our last official Sunday newscast. We will take off the weekend of what we consider July 4th here in Los Santos, Independence Day weekend. That will be our weekend away. And then from that day forward, on July 10th, we will resume our newscasts on Mondays at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:15 Central Standard Time. And from that point forward, hopefully we will be able to be more consistent. Hopefully the subway trains and airplanes will run like they should for us, and we should be more consistent with our newscasts for our viewing audiences.
Yay! We look forward to that. And it should be a great time. We hope that everybody is ready for the new, season of Weazel News. I don't really know if we're gonna. News channels don't really have seasons.
We can call it a season. We can call it a season.
I guess.
I like season.
I like seasons too.
Weazel News 2.0.
Yes. Yes. I was gonna say something.
Yes.
I don't know what to say. But yeah, we'll be back for season 2 of Weazel News. Woohoo! And have you guys believed, well, can you guys believe that we have almost done 60 episodes of Weazel News?
That is just crazy. Never thought we would have been here 57 episodes ago at this point, So
yes. And we're looking forward to making it bigger and better, and we can't wait for that. So stay tuned for all the awesomeness that will be coming at you on Mondays at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting the second week of July. So,
July 10th.
Yes. So mark your calendars and put on those iFruit reminders to watch us, hang out with us, and of course make sure you're subscribed to all 3 of the channels that we here hold, so you can get all the on-the-road content, which I hope there will be more of. I know I myself would like to do more of that. So stay tuned for more Weazel content, and we look forward to bringing it to you.
Yes, we do. More on the road coming, hopefully, and hopefully some video clips here and there from our outrageous, news captures throughout the weeks.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, with that, my name is Sky Davis. This is Tiffany Tulips. That is Dick Dastardly. We are happy to have you watching us here tonight, and we thank you for viewing us out of all the things you could have been watching. You are here, and we appreciate it. Don't forget to hit our like button, our subscribe button, all of the subscribe, I can't talk. All of the subscribe buttons that the three of us have. And we will be back on Monday, July 10th at 8:15 p.m. EST. We appreciate being here, and we will see you on the next one. Happy Independence Day! Bye!
Be safe.
Have a good night.
Don't blow your toes off.
Or windows.
Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on their P's and their Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on their P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with Cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on the Rash Report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.